Okay, guys. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, do you hear me clearly? Clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Salim Bandar, Wafi is with us, inshallah, from home. So we're gonna talk about a very interesting topic. It's about the difference between giving instructions and giving information. If you are asked to illustrate an essay or whatever, you need to illustrate instructions and illustrate information. You need to check the differences between the two types. Whether it's written, it's spoken, so you need to check the differences between these two types. Okay, first, we had a short story about the breakdance, right? Okay, if you are asked now to give a presentation about the breakdance, so for me, I don't know, and also if you asked him, he doesn't know anything about the breakdance. So if I ask you to give us, anyone, if I ask anyone to give a presentation about the breakdance, so he's gonna give us information about the breakdance, its history, and where can I practice it, and so on. Okay, but if I know what is breakdance, but I don't know how to perform it, I don't know. So I need to know how to perform breakdance, and I ask you to guide me. So at this case, you're gonna tell me instructions. First, start with so and so, then you're gonna give me instructions in order to apply to perform the breakdance. So the difference between the giving instructions and giving information is giving instructions, you need to put the steps in sequence, one lead to another. As to say, if I told you to give a presentation about the importance of planting or having plants in your garden or whatever, so you're gonna tell me in general the importance of planting trees, right? You got my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I told you to give me a presentation about the importance of planting trees, you're gonna tell me the importance and why it's important, and you're gonna persuade and encourage me to plant trees. But I know the importance of planting trees, but I don't know how to plant a tree. I don't know. Now I know very well that planting trees is very important for us, but I don't know how to plant a tree. So I am now at the moment I'm asking you to guide me how to plant a tree. At this case, you are not giving information. You are not giving information, you are giving instructions. You are telling me the way to and the steps to plant a tree, right? So here the difference is clear between giving information and giving instruction. Okay, let us have a close look. Uh, we're gonna talk about defining an informative speech. An informative speech is one that intend to educate the audience on a particular topic. You are now willing to educate me. You're gonna teach me. You're gonna give me information about a certain topic. Okay. Okay. The key points of the informative speech. This type of speech uses description, demonstrations, with details. You need to give me details and definitions to explain a subject, a person, a place, or whatever. So if you need to tell me about breakdance, you're gonna express and describe how it looks like. Where can I practice the breakdance? Is it indoor or outdoor? Does it need a special clause like for rugby or for baseball? They need special clause. In football, they need special clause. So does it need any special inquiries? So you are giving me details and you are describing that what's happening in it. So an informative speech makes a complex topic easy to understand or offers different point of view. As to say, if we are talking about the place you live in, okay, and I have no idea, I haven't visited your place yet, and I asked you to give me a presentation of a place you live in. So you're gonna describe, right? Yes, you're gonna tell me how it looks like. So it's informative speech. You're gonna give me information. We live at this place. Is it easy to move from place to another? Is it crowded? Whatever. You're gonna give me a description and to give me a clear vision of the place. Okay. Unlike persuasive speech, an informative speech relies less on pathos and more on communicating information. Okay. For informative speech, an informative speech is one of that intend to educate the audience or on a particular topic. And we have many different types of informative speech, including speeches that describe the conditions of a subject and speeches that instruct the audience on how to perform an action. So, two kinds of informative speech. We have describing, just to describe, and giving instruction of how to perform an action. Okay. The main goal of informative speech is to provide enlightenment regarding a specific topic. So you need to enrich my knowledge of information. The audience knows nothing about it. As to say, when I asked Wafi, what do you know about breakdance? He said, I know nothing. So at this case, after finishing your presentation, when I ask him, what do you know about breakdance? He should tell me, I know so and so. So you need to enrich his knowledge about this topic. Okay, guys? So you are giving information to the audience. Okay. It may demonstrate how to use a new type of software explain how a new concept in the field of science, describe an expedition, an archaeologist talk, or provide details about a person of interest that the audience want to learn more about. As to say, if I asked you, I asked before, I asked Bunder, what do you want to be in the future, or what is your favorite hobby? He said, actually, I'd like to be a director or whatever. Or program. I asked him why, and he gave me a clear vision. He told me I like, and he gave me names of two famous directors, and he told me the story of a photographer. Sorry, I don't know, a director or a photographer, the one who kept stealing his father's camera, right? You remember? So when I asked him, he gave me a clear vision of his dream. So it's enriching my knowledge about his dream. When I asked Wafi about what he's willing to do, he said, I want to travel abroad, and he gave me his reason. You remember, Wafi?
Sir, I remember that I said I want to be a pilot.
Yes, but you said, yeah, okay, but you said that you want to travel abroad. But I wish you the best, inshallah, and to be the best pilot in the world. But when you told me, you enriched my knowledge about your dream. When you told me that you are dreaming of traveling abroad, yes, it's matching with your yes.
Sir, he will be a bad boy.
You will be what?
He will crash into a building, sir. In the session, he can't focus. He sleeps all the time.
Who?
Wafi,
Wafi. Ah,
it's a very big problem.
Wafi.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what they said now?
No.
They
Sir,
they
their
said
voice
you,
is not clear.
yeah, they said you cannot be a pilot. They're afraid that you might sleep during a flight. But I believe, guys, there is an autopilot in the, or I don't know how it works, but maybe Wafi can tell us. Do you know more in aviation, Wafi?
Sir, I know some informations that there is two pilots, and the airplane need two pilots, and it have automatic
Yes, I guess there is an
thing for flying.
autopilot. Yeah.
Sir, there's a button that it can drive itself.
Yes. So guys, don't be afraid to fly with Wafi, because he knows that there is an autopilot inside the plane. You can just press the button, and it will fly itself, and he can sleep. Don't bother Wafi again. Let him sleep. Okay, guys. So the things that we are talking about now is informative. So he gave us information that there is another pilot inside the cabin crew, and there is also an autopilot. So he gave you more information, right? Okay. The topics covered in an informative speech should help the audience to understand a subject better and remember what they learn later. As to say, when I asked you about who left? Oh, okay. When I asked you about breakdance and you said we know nothing, okay, it means you need information. So, and you are interested, not you know nothing, but you don't know. No, you need to know more information. So I'll give you more information about that topic. And later on, when I ask you, you still remember the information, you gained this knowledge, it became yours, and you can deliver it to someone else. So it's enrichment. It may demonstrate how to use. Okay, we said this. The goal of the type of speech isn't to sway the audience to speaker point of view. Instead, the details need to be laid before the audience so that they can make an educated decision or learn about subjects they are interested in. It means you are not saying just information for a certain audience. As to say, if we're talking about topic and I'm talking to Salim about the topic, and I'm talking to Bandar individually about the same topic, so I cannot make different speeches because it's the same topic. I cannot customize the topic for each audience. So it's the same information I will give for anyone because it's the same topic. So you don't need to match the interests of the audience. If he is willing to know more information about the topic, you're gonna give the information. It's the same for all.
Okay, sir.
So you know what? You know why? Because when you give a presentation, you already prepared this before talking. As to say, if I asked you to prepare a presentation at home and you come and say it in front of the class, it doesn't matter who's in the class, right? Because you already prepared the presentation before coming to the class. If I asked you, okay, Salim or Bandar, come, you're gonna have a speech in front of grade 7. It doesn't matter, grade 7 or 8 or whoever, it doesn't matter, right?
Right, sir.
So it's the same topic, and you already prepared it before. Okay, move. Yes, tell me.
Can you give us the like some of the end of the period because we want to revise? Because the next period we have a exam. It's ready.
Come here. I didn't hear. I said, okay, come.
Sir, we have a written test, so can we get the end of the period so we can like?
So you need to end the period now?
No. And at the end of the period, we just want 5 minutes or like this, so we could revise the test because the next period we have this.
Which subject?
Islamic, sir, it's written.
Islamic, yes, Salim. Doesn't need, you know everything.
Revise.
Okay, Abshir, inshallah, I will give you not 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Okay, have a seat.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. Move now to your book, page 53. Okay,
Okay.
can you read the Wafi? Speaking
Sir,
and listening. 53, speaking and listening.
words, please.
53.
Speaking and listening. Assignment.
Yes, wait. Salim, yes.
Which bit?
53. Okay. Shall we start? Okay, Wafi, you can start.
Speaking and listening. Assignment. Work with your group to conduct research for a visual presentation on one of the following topics. Write the present illustrated instructions in which you explain how to perform one of the breakdancing steps mentioned in your
In the
in
story that we had, you are the electric boogaloo.
electric vocabulary.
Okay, and the other one?
All right, and deliver an illustrated informational report on the history and culture of the breakdancing.
Okay, we have two topics about the breakdance. But the first one is you need to give me instructions of how to perform an action. As I said, I give you an example, how to plant a tree. So it's giving instruction. And the other one is give informational report about breakdance. So we're gonna stick to these topics and you can use your internet at home. You can search and you are free to choose the topic you want at home. And I told you we're gonna evaluate you based on your work starting from today. So once I ask you to do a homework, you need to deliver the homework. Otherwise, you're gonna have less marks. Okay, guys? Okay, so you have a chance. We explained the informational report, how to do it. But regarding the instructional, you need to give steps. So you remember when we were talking about the elements of writing a narrative or a descriptive writing, you need to maintain your style, technique, and a very important thing, which is the transitional verbs. How come you can back to this page? I don't remember which page, but you can go through it. You can go through this page in your book. The transitional verbs. When you are giving steps, you have one step led to another. As to say, when you are talking about a story, you're gonna say first, or certain steps, you're gonna say first, second, then, after that, and so on. You got the page, Salim? But you remember we were talking about, right? So it's easy to get, inshallah. So, yeah, Bandar, focus with us. I said that I'll give you 7 minutes at the end of the session, so you can focus. So to conduct a research, the research that we are dealing with today, you need to maintain these elements. You need to check what the topic you are talking about. What's the plan? You need your audience to be aware of something. Okay, you need to check his understanding before and after the presentation. As to say, if I asked you, what do you know about squash? Do you know about squash? Okay.
Yes.
Wafi said yes, and Salim Bandar no. So now you don't know information about squash. So once I give you a presentation about squash and I ask you after a while, what do you know about squash? You're gonna tell me information about squash. It's a kind of sport, okay? It's in a glass room, and they hit the ball with the racket. It's very famous in Egypt, and actually we lead in this sport. Anyway, so if I told you, you're gonna give me information. So you're gonna put in mind what the audience gonna learn. The purpose of this type of writing or the presentation is you need to educate the audience about the topic. But if I told you, okay, now I know what's squash, but I want to play it, how can I play it? So you're gonna give me, okay, first, prepare the room. Second, bring the racket. Third, so on, so on, so. So you're gonna use transitional words. Transitional words. You come back to the page that we can check together. Can you check for me, Salim? Where is the page, please, while I'm talking? So that, yes, you got it, Wonder? What? Okay, go quickly. So are you with us, Wafi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you need to use the transitional words in order to give a presentation and give instructions.
Sir, it's page
37. Okay, Wafi, you got it? Page 37. So before moving to page 37, page 53 is a homework for you. Okay, guys? You are free to choose one of the, yes.
assignment.
Yes, you are free to choose one of the two topics. Only one. You said yes. It's thank you, Salim. It's 37. We have transitional words. Okay. Create cohesion, transitions. So you can read it again. Actually, we had this before, so it's gonna be easy for you to study. So I hope it's clear. If you need any question, you can ask me before I leave. Do you have any question, Wafi?
No, sir.
So it's clear for you.
Yes.
So you know the homework?
Yes, sir. Page
Oh.
35, 53.
Okay, you need to check one of the two topics to write about. If you don't know any information, you can go to Google and check. The source is not important, but you need to give the information. Okay, Salim, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay, guys, I wish you the best, inshallah, in the exam. Do your best and focus. Don't be hurry when you submit the answer. Inshallah, we're gonna hear good news from you next session, inshallah. See you and bye for now. Assalamu alaikum.